The air tonight feels different, dense, almost as if the atmosphere itself is holding back a secret that refuses to stay hidden. The silence outside your home carries a strange heaviness, each faint sound amplified in your mind, each shadow stretching longer than usual. It's the kind of night where the past doesn't just whisper, it walks right to your door. Years ago, you extended your hand to someone drowning in their own storm, expecting nothing in return. You offered your trust, your time, and your energy when the world had already turned its back on him. Little did you know, the seeds planted back then would one day grow into a presence that now stalks the edges of your life. There is movement in places where there should be none, subtle, calculated, as though someone is mapping your world without being seen. This man, the one you helped, has been circling closer with every passing day. And tonight, his intentions have shifted from gratitude to something darker. Something designed to harm. Archangel Michael says, the energy surrounding this return is not of reconciliation, but of hidden vengeance. His presence is no accident, he has been preparing, waiting for the perfect moment when your guard is lowered. The kindness you once gave him has now twisted in his mind, feeding a plan that would shake the ground beneath you. Type Amen to get blessing 333. He remembers every detail of when you first saved him, but not with the warmth you might expect. Instead, he remembers it with a bitterness that festers, convinced you hold something over him that you never claimed. In his mind, your help wasn't a gift, it was a debt, and tonight, he believes it's time to collect. The streets are quiet, but the tension in the air is loud. His steps are deliberate, his path calculated, and his thoughts poisoned with resentment. This is not the man you once knew, this is a shadow of him, molded by years of silent plotting. Somewhere deep within you, an old memory flickers, moments you overlooked, small signs you brushed aside. That look in his eyes the last time you met, the pause before he spoke, the silence that lingered after. It all makes sense now, but the realization has come dangerously late. Archangel Michael says, this return is not about the past, it's about the control he believes he's owed. He is not here to thank you, but to use what he knows to unbalance your peace. The harm he intends will not be immediate, it will be slow, calculated, and aimed at your stability. Type Amen to get blessing 444. In the shadows, he carries more than just old memories, he carries information, pieces of your life you may have forgotten you ever revealed. He knows your habits, your weaknesses, and the places where you are most vulnerable. And he intends to use them all. His plan is not reckless, it's methodical. Every step, every message, every casual encounter has been carefully woven into something much bigger. He wants you to feel the shift before it fully strikes, to sense the walls closing in before they collapse. Somewhere, he has allies, people who don't even realize they're feeding him the details he craves. Friends, acquaintances, even strangers whose words and actions unknowingly help him position his next move. And all the while, he wears the mask of the man you once knew, the one who needed you. Archangel Michael says, his approach will feel almost too calm, but that is how you will know. A storm that is loud is easy to prepare for, but the storm that moves in silence can consume everything without warning. You must anchor yourself before his shadow reaches your light. Type Amen to get blessing 555. He will not walk in the front door with rage, he will slip in through trust. He will start with words, small requests, and carefully planted doubts in the ears of those around you. By the time you realize the extent of his plan, the cracks will have already formed. His timing is deliberate. He has chosen now because you appear content, stable, and unaware. That is when harm cuts the deepest, when it interrupts peace. He wants to replace your sense of safety with constant unease. This is not about money, though money may be a tool. This is not about revenge in the way most imagine, it is about watching the light leave your eyes slowly. The harm he intends is not just physical, it is emotional, mental, and designed to make you doubt yourself. Archangel Michael says, your spirit must be fortified before this contact begins. Do not underestimate the calmness before he reveals his true motive. Every action from here on must be taken as though your next step is being watched. Type Amen to get blessing 666. His return will not be loud, it will arrive like a chill in the air, like a shadow that lingers a moment too long. You will not hear his approach in footsteps, you will feel it in the unease that wraps around your thoughts. That unease is your warning, your inner spirit recognizing danger before the mind can name it. He has been watching from a distance, learning how your life has shaped since you last saw him. What you share publicly, what slips through in conversation, and what is whispered by others, it has all become his map. And now, each piece of that map leads him straight to the heart of your stability. You might think the man you once helped is incapable of such darkness, but time has changed him. Life has hardened him, and his gratitude has rotted into a belief that he was owed more than you gave. It is not logic that drives him now, it is obsession. Archangel Michael says, obsession turns even the smallest kindness into a weapon when held by the wrong hands. He believes hurting you will free him from a shadow only he sees. That belief makes him dangerous. Type Amen to get blessing 777. The first sign will not be a direct confrontation. It will be small. Perhaps a sudden coldness in a friend's tone, or a subtle shift in how people treat you. He will test the waters first, pushing from the edges of your life before stepping closer. Every interaction will be a performance. To your face, he will smile and speak softly, perhaps even thanking you for what you once did. But behind that smile, he will be measuring you, studying how quickly you notice the cracks. There will be moments when you feel foolish for suspecting him, moments when his charm almost makes you forget the warning signs. But those moments are his design, giving you comfort only to take it away again. He thrives on the uncertainty, the push and pull of fear and false security. Archangel Michael says, when a shadow returns wearing a familiar face, you must trust the unease, not the words. You cannot fight what you refuse to see, and his greatest hope is that you see nothing until it is too late. Your awareness is your shield. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Somewhere, he is already close enough to touch your world. You may not have seen him yet, but his presence has brushed against your days in small, almost invisible ways. A wrong number that feels intentional, a stranger's glance that lingers, a conversation that stops when you enter the room. He knows the places you go, the routes you take, and the faces you trust. And from those details, he is building a plan that would feel impossible if you knew it in full. The harm he intends is not a single act, it is a chain of events, each one designed to weaken you. In his mind, this is justice twisted by time. He tells himself that your life is too easy now, that you forgot him when he needed you most. That false narrative fuels his every step toward you. Archangel Michael says, false stories told in the mind can become as real as truth to the one who believes them. He has written you as the villain in his private story. And in his ending, the villain must pay. Type Amen to get blessing 999. The days ahead will not change in appearance, but they will feel heavier. You will notice patterns, faces reappearing in unusual places, events aligning in ways too precise to be coincidence. It will feel as if the air around you is holding its breath, waiting for something unseen to arrive. He will begin with whispers, not strikes. A quiet suggestion slipped into someone's ear about you, delivered in a tone that seems innocent but carries poison. Those whispers will travel faster than you think, reshaping how people see you before you even sense the shift. You may find that invitations stop coming, that certain people begin to keep their distance without explanation. They will not know they are part of his plan, they will think they are acting from their own judgment. This is the subtlety of his return, it will not announce itself, but it will infiltrate every corner. Archangel Michael says, the most dangerous moves are those made in silence. When you cannot see the hand that moves the pieces, you must trust your instinct to guard the board. Every step you take now must be deliberate, every word weighed. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. He will appear unexpectedly, perhaps in a place where you feel comfortable, surrounded by familiar faces. His eyes will search yours, and for a brief moment, you might see the man you once helped. But that moment is not real, it is bait. He will speak of the past as though it binds you, using shared memories as a way to step inside your present. You will feel the pull of old connection, a flicker of the compassion that made you help him before. That is exactly what he counts on, that your heart will open the door before your mind can lock it. It is in that opening that his harm begins. A suggestion to revisit something you both shared, a request for help so small it feels impossible to refuse. One step leads to another, and soon his presence becomes a fixture in your days again. Archangel Michael says, the danger of familiar faces is that they do not need to force entry, they wait for you to invite them in. He is not here for closure, he is here for control. You must see him for what he has become, not for who he once was. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. The harm will not be immediate, it will unfold slowly, a thread pulled from the edge of your life until the whole fabric begins to loosen. He will take pieces of information you give freely and twist them into something harmful. Each time you trust him with something, you will feel it return to you altered, sharpened. He will not act alone. Some of those around you will unknowingly help him, passing on details that seem harmless out of habit. In his hands, harmless becomes dangerous. He has learned patience in the years since you last met. He will not rush this, he will savor every stage of making you question yourself. And when you begin to doubt your own judgment, his influence will grow. Archangel Michael says, confusion is the soil where control grows best. Do not let his words take root where your certainty once stood. Anchor yourself in what you know, not in what he tells you. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. The moment will come when his mask begins to slip. It will not be a sudden explosion, but a subtle shift, a sharpness in his tone, a glance that lingers too long. You will feel the change before you see it. By then, his network will already be in place. The people he has quietly influenced will unknowingly act in ways that help his cause. They will give him access, information, and opportunity without realizing the damage it causes. You will notice patterns that others do not. The same faces in unexpected places, the same words repeated by different mouths. These are not coincidences, they are signs of a plan moving closer to completion. Archangel Michael says, when the signs align, you must move with precision, not fear. Fear will make you stumble, but preparation will make you unshakable. Hold your ground, for his next steps will test your resolve. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. The first direct move will not look like an attack, it will look like concern. He will approach you with a problem, perhaps even asking for your advice or assistance. But buried in that request will be a thread that, if pulled, could unravel something you have built. He will present himself as harmless, perhaps even vulnerable, to make you lower your guard. He knows the power of appearing weak, it draws compassion and disarms suspicion. This is how he will step past the defenses you have left. Once inside, he will begin taking small things. Not physical possessions at first, but pieces of your time, your attention, your trust. The more you give, the more he will take, until giving feels like the only option. Archangel Michael says, you are not required to open your door to every knock from the past. Not all returns are meant to be welcomed, some are meant to be stopped at the threshold. Trust the unease, for it is the language of protection. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. His patience has a limit, and when he feels you resisting, the pressure will increase. Small mistakes will happen, your name spoken in the wrong place, your privacy breached in ways that feel too precise to be random. These will be tests, probing for weaknesses in your defenses. You may find documents misplaced, conversations overheard, or plans disrupted without explanation. It will seem as if someone is always one step ahead of you. That is because he has positioned himself to be exactly that. His end goal is not just to harm you, it is to see you undone. To him, this is not about one act of revenge, but about reshaping your life in a way that leaves you diminished. He wants the echo of his presence to linger long after he is gone. Archangel Michael says, his victory exists only if you give him the stage to perform upon. Deny him the reaction he seeks, and you weaken the power he believes he holds. Stand firm, for the storm he brings will break upon your resilience. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. The signs of the final stage will creep in like an approaching tide, slow but unstoppable. He will no longer bother hiding his presence in the background. You will see him more often, hear his voice in places where you never expected it, and feel the weight of his watchful gaze. This is when his tone will change. What once sounded like courtesy will begin to carry an edge, a challenge hidden in polite words. It is the moment where pretense fades and his true intentions begin to leak through. Those around you may still believe he means well, but you will know better. You will feel the tension in the air when he enters a room, the subtle way conversations shift to accommodate him. This is the influence he has been building, and now he is ready to use it. Archangel Michael says, the danger is greatest when the enemy feels confident. His overconfidence will be his opening for you. Use the clarity you have gathered to act before his plan reaches its final step. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. The confrontation may not happen in private, it may come in a space where others are watching. He will want witnesses, not to expose himself, but to control the narrative. In his mind, every person present will be a piece in the game, a potential ally to sway against you. He may bring up old events in a way that twists the truth, painting himself as the victim. You will feel the pull to defend yourself, but this is the trap. He wants your emotions to cloud your words. If you falter, he will seize the moment to appear calm and reasonable, furthering his deception. This is when silence, measured and deliberate, becomes your strength. By not feeding his performance, you rob him of the reaction he came for. And in that silence, others will begin to sense the cracks in his story. Archangel Michael says, "Strength is not always in speaking, it is in knowing when to let the truth reveal itself without force." Your restraint will be the weapon he cannot anticipate. It will turn his strategy back on him. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. In the days after this moment, his actions will become more desperate. He will realize that his hold on the situation is slipping, and with it, his patience will unravel. Small acts will escalate into bigger moves, each one riskier than the last. This desperation is both dangerous and revealing. It is when he will make mistakes, speaking too much, showing up at the wrong time, or leaving traces of his interference. These are the openings you have been waiting for. You will begin to collect these signs, each one a piece of undeniable proof. And as the picture forms, you will see not just his actions, but the fear that drives them. Beneath his plan lies the truth: he has been afraid of you all along. Archangel Michael says, "Those who seek to harm often carry the deepest fear of the strength they target." You have been the light he could not match, and it has burned at the edges of his mind for years. That is why he returned. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. The final push will feel sudden, even though it has been building for weeks. He will choose a moment when he thinks you are most distracted, most vulnerable, to make his move. But by now, you will already have sensed the shift, and your guard will be raised. He may appear at your door unexpectedly, or confront you in a place where escape feels difficult. There will be no more polite smiles, his words will come sharper, the tone colder, stripped of the charm he once used. This is the unmasking, the truth of who he has become laid bare. You will feel a rush of energy in this moment, not from fear, but from knowing you have reached the end of his shadow's reach. Every step he takes toward you will only expose more of his intention to those who may be watching. And in his urgency, he will reveal the very proof you need. Archangel Michael says, "Light does not fight darkness, it simply shines until the darkness has nowhere left to hide." In this moment, you will be the light that leaves him with no cover. His plan will collapse under the weight of its own exposure. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. From here, his allies, those who unknowingly supported him, will begin to step back. They will see the truth for themselves, realizing they were drawn into something they never meant to be part of. His influence will break like glass, sharp but no longer whole. You will notice the change immediately. Where there was once tension in the air, there will now be a shift toward your favor. People will speak more openly, details will come to light, and his power will drain away. He will try to regain his footing, but the cracks are too deep. Every attempt to recover will make his desperation more visible. And with each misstep, his presence in your life will grow weaker. Archangel Michael says, once the truth begins to flow, it cannot be contained. It will spread through every shadow he tried to build, dissolving his hold entirely. You will stand on the other side of this with clarity and strength. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. Soon, his visits will stop. The messages will fade, the whispers will vanish, and the air around you will grow lighter. It will be as if a long, unending storm has finally passed. You will feel a deep stillness settle in your spirit, not the uneasy silence of before, but the peaceful kind that follows victory. Your space will feel like yours again, untouched by hidden intentions. The corners of your life will no longer carry his shadow. In the quiet, you will reflect on how far you have come from the moment he first returned. Archangel Michael says, the past may return, but it cannot control the future you refuse to surrender. Your boundaries, your voice, and your awareness are the shield that will serve you for the rest of your life. This chapter is closed, and you are free. Type Amen to get blessing 2424. The closing of this chapter will not be marked by a grand announcement, it will arrive quietly, like the first light of morning breaking after a long night. You will wake one day and realize his presence has fully dissolved from your world. There will be no trace of his steps, no echo of his words, no shadow waiting at the edge of your days. Your home will feel different. The air will carry a softness again, free from the heaviness that once pressed against every corner. Even the smallest sounds, the hum of the night, the rustle of leaves, will feel lighter, untouched by the weight he brought. You will notice how your mind no longer circles back to him. Where there was once constant watchfulness, there is now peace. This peace is not fragile, it is anchored deep, forged through every moment you endured. Archangel Michael says, you have stood in the path of harm and refused to bow. The strength you have gained will not leave you, it will walk beside you in every day ahead. No shadow from the past can cross the line you now hold. Type Amen to get blessing 2525. In the weeks that follow, you will receive small confirmations that your path is protected. Opportunities will open where once there were obstacles. People who truly value you will step closer, filling the spaces that were once taken by doubt and suspicion. You will feel a quiet pride in knowing you navigated this without letting fear control you. Your awareness became your shield, and your patience became your weapon. Every move you made was guided by an unseen hand that never left your side. He, the man you once saved, will fade into a distant memory, not erased, but powerless. His story will remain in the past where it belongs, unable to touch what you have built now. The lessons will stay, but the weight will not. Archangel Michael says, the light you carry has grown brighter through this test. It has been tempered by fire, and no shadow can withstand it. You are no longer the person he remembered, you are stronger, sharper, and untouchable. Type Amen to get blessing 2626. As time moves on, you will see the blessing hidden in this trial. It forced you to strengthen the walls around your peace, to choose who may enter your life with greater care. It showed you that even betrayal can become a tool for building unshakable clarity. This clarity will guide you in ways you cannot yet see. It will shape your choices, protect your steps, and ensure that the wrong people can never again get as close as he did. Your life will be lighter for it. When you think back, it will not be with fear, but with the certainty that you prevailed. You will remember how the darkness tried to return and how you refused to let it win. And you will smile, not in bitterness, but in victory. Archangel Michael says, your journey is your proof. You have walked through the storm and emerged with your light intact. That light will never be dimmed again. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. Archangel Michael stands at the threshold of your path now, his presence towering like an unshakable wall of light. The road behind you is sealed, every doorway that man once used to reach you is locked forever. Even the memory of his steps will fade into dust, unable to cross into the life you have built anew. The Archangel's sword has cut through every thread of his influence, severing the ties he wove in shadow. The air around you hums with protection, a divine barrier that no malice can penetrate. Your home, your spirit, and your future now rest under a constant watch that will not falter. You walk forward unburdened, every step lighter than the last. The fears that once trailed you have been left behind in a place where they cannot follow. What lies ahead is not survival, it is expansion, a life free from hidden agendas and silent harm. Archangel Michael says, your story will no longer be shaped by those who sought to use you. From this day, only those with pure intentions will find their way to your side. This is not just the end of his plan, it is the beginning of your unstoppable rise. Type Amen to get blessing 2828. In the quiet after his shadow has gone, you will notice how deeply the light reaches now. It will touch every part of your life, your mornings will feel calmer, your nights more restful, your thoughts free from the constant scanning for danger. Even the smallest moments will feel like gifts, simply because they are no longer weighed down by his presence. The people who truly value you will fill the spaces he tried to occupy. Conversations will carry warmth instead of suspicion, and gatherings will feel open instead of guarded. The heavy pause that once followed his name will vanish, replaced by nothing at all, just silence, clean and final. This is when you will realize the full measure of what you overcame. It wasn't just about keeping him from harming you, it was about reclaiming your space, your peace, and your authority over your own life. He didn't just fail in his plan, he strengthened you in ways he never intended. Archangel Michael says, what was meant to break you has only sharpened your edges into strength. Your protection is no longer just a shield, it is part of who you are now. And no one can take that from you. Type Amen to get blessing 2929. Weeks will pass, and the memory of his return will grow smaller. It will become something you reference only when needed, not something that hovers in your daily thoughts. The space it once occupied inside you will be filled with new opportunities and brighter experiences. The watchfulness you learned will remain, but it will not keep you in fear, it will serve as a quiet guardian. You will trust yourself more, knowing that you can sense danger long before it reaches your door. This trust will be the foundation for everything you build moving forward. Your spirit will move differently now, carrying both caution and confidence. You will no longer question whether you can withstand someone's ill intent, you will know it. The doubt that once made you vulnerable has been burned away. Archangel Michael says, your journey has crowned you with a wisdom that cannot be unlearned. It is your invisible armor, and it will turn away every shadow before it can even approach. You are untouchable in ways you have yet to discover. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. The final seal on this chapter will come not with noise, but with a certainty that settles deep in your bones. It will be the quiet understanding that no matter how the past tries to reach for you again, it will never find a way through. Every doorway that once led to you from that man's world is now locked in the light, guarded by a force greater than his will. You will stand one evening in the stillness of your own space, feeling the weightlessness of being truly free. The air will carry no hidden edge, no unspoken threat, only calm. This is the proof that you have not just survived, but risen above the reach of his shadow forever. From this point on, your days will carry a different rhythm. The steps you take will be grounded in strength, the choices you make unshaken by old fears. Every path ahead will open without the drag of what he once intended to place on your shoulders. Archangel Michael says, "I have closed this gate for good." He will not cross your path again, not in body, not in influence, not even in thought. You are released, and the future before you is yours to walk in peace. Type Amen to get blessing 3131.